is it? From Liverpool, is it? Sorry?
Stoke.
Yes, Stoke.
Yeah, it's great.
Sorry.
14 or 21.
Was it
14 or 21.
of October?
Yeah, it's all October.
Right, so that's one of those days, and I'll send a doodle poll around. So any sort of notes that you have after today's events, you know, feel free to email them. If you could put them into a format that they can put onto the website, because I just don't have capacity to email me to sort of edit things.
Are we on there editing now? Is that?
Yeah. So what I would like to do is basically, so the reason we went for Google Sites is because the people that were here in the room last said that that's what they wanted. So is that okay, or do we feel that we need something different like WordPress, or is this okay to work with now? Okay, I take that as yes. So basically, anyone that would like an editing, you know, an admin account, let me know, and I will email you. I'll make sure I set one up. And then what I'd like to do, because Natasha says, well, you know, I'm very happy to have a look at it and give you some feedback. That's great, but I need you to implement the feedback as well. So you know, I can't, you know, sort of, you know, make this my own star CPD lesson, I'm afraid. So I would like to do that. But yeah, so if we can all sort of jump in and sort of, you know, edit things as we see fit, that'd be great. Yeah.
Can I just check this out? Can people add, for example, biography and papers without being an admin? So
No.
You have to be an admin to add it.
Yeah. Or you could email me your profile. I will provide that service, or we will provide that service. Yeah. Okay. So Helen and I is sort of, you know, and I also had, so we've got, Tony is going to help us with graphics and making things look pretty, which is great. And then Jim is doing the recording. So
yeah, for the next one, I would say to you as well, we'll make sure that we can bring in the Australian contingent if the date works in, because we've got all that set up in the rooms and stuff, so it's much more workshop-like.
Yeah.
They can kind of, we'll do all that and have it.
That'd be perfect. Yeah. Okay. So then for the next workshop, so these are the teams that we've talked about. Any other teams that you've been over coffee had thought about that we need to be focusing on as a group?
I'm thinking about data capabilities and how that's data capabilities and how we learning design using the learning plans learning, how that's, because that could be another funding stream.
Perhaps evaluation, both the process and the final product.
Also, feel free to highlight spelling mistakes. One speaker.
I'm working on robotics and how we can use them as a tool for learning. So perhaps if there is any interest about how you can use not only robotics, but every intelligent toy or haptic computerized device. So this is an area of new technologies in the learning design.
Okay.
And they are very multifunctional, because if you think a robot is an embodied computer, so it's more than a computer, and you can implement many things. And this fosters the learning process. So how they can incorporate to the learning design all these new technologies. Is there any interest about this?
So new technologies.
You could develop lots and lots of little robots to work with program teams, really, couldn't you, to do their maths.
I'll take a few of those. I would like
Can we
a
have
couple of
a,
those.
can we have a mapping robot, please?
We've got robots in the army.
Sorry?
We've got robots in the army. We've got our
Yeah.
But again, that's an important thing. How do you do that? Because we've got robots, and it was okay. You've got that kit now. How are you planning to use that within your design? And the person said, well, we have it for because of the emotional responselessness of it. Is that a word? In the autism, for example. So we would work with that. But I said, but you're not working with the autism team. You're saying that's an opportunity. So how do we then get what you plan to do across and speaking and increasing dialogue in use of technology in other spaces, going back to what we said earlier.
Produce curriculum design.
Yeah, yeah.
New programs.
It's a teacher robot and footer to reply to some of the mundane questions that you get.
Sorry, if you're going to stop you there, because I think if we sort of, so any other sort of areas that we want to focus on? Well, yeah, perhaps learning analytics. Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, if you have any others, just add them on. So, would it be useful to have a Dropbox area, or are we going to just work on links on the sides?
Yeah,
Sorry, was that a yes?
one
Dropbox?
one place, I think.
One
because
place.
that would be
Okay,
helpful for
so
you.
the website is for now, and then we circulate ideas or something if we have people working together. Okay. Is there anything else that we need from now for now?
So I'm happy to put an open invitation, post a couple of learning design workshops I'll be running over the next few weeks, and if anybody wants to come along to them, please do. They'll have to be quite limited in numbers, obviously, but first come, first served, or whatever.
Yeah.
We run some quite big ones, so I don't think, as long as it's only 1 or 2 people, I've got one on Friday with 16 people, so 1 or 2 people sitting in that workshop won't make any difference whatsoever.
Which institution are you from?
From the OU.
Oh, from the OU.
So it's almost a dating side of it. We need that kind of matchmaking thing, and definitely to have that as a rolling calendar, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Should we have something on there like staff development?
Yeah,
good idea. Yeah.
The website.
Have I missed, is that where people's addresses are from today, and people who's in this room and who wasn't in this room, and is that somewhere?
Yes, I was going to email everyone on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or just put it there that you're in. Oh, it says members. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Probably
there
have it under
is
there.
a membership option, but there are people not here today that are sort of members of the group, if you like. If you
It's a bit
are on
like
the email list,
continuing conversations with
Yeah.
people that I met and robot. It's
Yeah.
just I don't really know
Mhm.
if there's just a list of attendees. Or
yeah,
something.
no, there will be, and I'll circulate that. But I think it would be useful if you all email me your profile or add it on yourself. That'd be very useful, I think.
Are there organisations who aren't members who you think should be?
Yes. And I think
Manchester.
and I think it'd be useful if we, what do we do about that?
Approach them.
Is there anyone who would like to work on that? Because I think there are. So I think recently I saw an advertisement for a learning designer. I think in Coventry.
Yeah.
So that must.
Well, they've got that lab. Yeah.
So should we contact those people? I mean.
Yeah. So we could set the date for Edinburgh, and I would, I suppose, take that on what you just said.
You take that, okay.
And I'll have missed people, so I'll put something about the people I think we're missing, and then people can just let me know who I'm missing. Manchester planning cards, there's stuff out from Coventry, like you said, definitely up in Scotland, there's loads of stuff. So just invite them in.
Absolutely,
What were you saying about limiting numbers? You were saying about the OU number. I don't know what you meant, but you mean just like a person or 2 per institution? Is that what you meant? Or?
Yes, I think so. I just think that, obviously the OU is, we've got quite a large, e-learning population, if you like, and people interested. So you will have, if I wouldn't open it, we would have, 20 people here.
Yeah.
I think 1 or 2 people per institution would be ideal.
Because then you're describing basically a learning design community in your institution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I'm just bearing it in mind for Edinburgh.
No, that's fine.
Good.
And also, I was just saying to Martin who had to leave, but the idea for this group was when we started that we would have both universities and also commercial organizations or other institutions. So, if you can think about other people that you work with, please do invite them. So I'm going to write this up, because I've got a couple of people that I've been working with that actually. And I write commercial, but obviously, just anything else at a university. Yeah. Any other points?
Just on Edinburgh, you were talking about should it be a SIG meeting or a conference? And as Edinburgh is likely to involve flights, conference might sound better.
Is that the same for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're calling it conference.
Does that make it more money? No.
Maybe more good food.
What?
As long as there's goldfish there.
You like goldfish then? How is that?
We did like the goldfish, yeah.
Well, we go into Friday, but what I meant about the list of people is in combination with that, those are interested in learning analytics. We have something in there where you would have side meetings through me in the robotics, artificial intelligence unit up there would just be an introduction. You know, you try and make it Friday because you might come and work there meeting people Thursday for the event on Friday, or you want to stay on for the weekend in October for whatever reason. That's the kind of, yeah. There's definitely links on people. I've been there for 15 years now. People, if you're interested in having side meetings on the Thursday for the event on the Friday, please come that day early. I'd hate for it to be a massive expense, but then I've come down a lot and people from the north would like to attend and don't, so.
I don't know how everyone else is, but I can only really do something like that if I'm presenting. So even to do a cracker barrel type thing where I talk about the thing for 5 or 10 minutes rather than post some presentations. Yeah. So having that space within the agenda would be good.
That's a good idea, that, yeah.
Well, if it's becoming a conference, you clearly say throw a poster in your bag, one of those little canvas folding numbers now that everyone's using, and bring that along as well, put them up for the lunch.
Yeah.
Well, you just then you're getting an external speaker, but I've written to the boss, I haven't had the answer yet, but hopefully it's a yes. Because you get an external speaker, we get it.
Well, I don't know, we are coming.
Yeah, is there anyone in our midst that we could ask? Yeah, I'm sure that between, you know, I know that I always look at Simon, but Simon knows it. And maybe even, I don't know if you know what you think, but maybe we could even, maybe we could even just have people bring some of their activities along.
Yeah.
Because that would be a really good opportunity to just, you know, sort of show them.
Put them in your bag. Absolutely.
Design dash type idea.
Yeah.
At some point during the event.
Yeah, you just keep time for that, don't you?
You can have all the details of one module and design it using different methods. See what it looks like at the end.
Is anyone working on learning design online? So where you're trying to use online collaborative approaches. So we're doing a lot of work with international partners, and that's one of the big calls on how do you support them in some of their design processes. We give them a module spec, but then how do they interpret that, and how do we then use the technology to support them?
Usually it's almost all technology, apart from the actual facilitation, which can be done via collaboration.
You're hoping, but it's how do you then make sure that they've got the card decks, for example, if you're using that, and that was just an area I was interested in. I think we can do it, but I didn't know if anyone else is needing to do that.
Well, I would really like to explore that because we don't do it very well. We don't do it because we don't do it well.
Okay.
It's always a nightmare, and we do get requests. So yes, I would very much be. So if I added them to one of the areas, that's okay.
Okay.
All the online I'll do. Other schools.
You have a learning design interest, that's one involved in the group.
No, but I was talking to Martin about potentially, and I mean this is again open to you guys, about PhD students that potentially might want to volunteer to help out. You know, is that something that we could use as also? I mean, you were saying that you have to be careful about you know, what sort of free work you let them do. I am a PhD student of Oxford Brookes, and I would imagine that, you know, about, I don't know, 8 years ago, I would bite someone's hand off to do this type of thing, you know, because all of you are employing people, you know, in these teams. So, but I don't know what the feeling is and whether you've got relationships worthwhile exploring.
Yeah.
Anything else that we need to discuss? I think we've got enough action.
I guess it might be interesting for that one in October to hear from academics that have had the treatment, as we were calling it for a while before we got with Elder. They were going to go through a treatment. I think that might be interesting rather than the practitioner side to just hear from the program director who now says, oh, every course goes through this, every course is going to be reviewed. Share their point of view, what it was like. So I can build somebody out of that.
It might be quite but it's difficult to get them. But it'd be nice to have more, two aspects, things that someone is quite positive and someone that maybe is not so positive.
A couple of those too.
Yeah, it's just helpful to sort of get more of an understanding.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That's great.
If there's anything else.
Well, I suppose to thank our hosts, Clive and Natasha.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.
Fantastic. And also to our speakers. So we've got Fiona, Helen, and Diana in particular.
Yeah.
And thank you all. Yeah, great.
Thanks for.
Thank you, Lizette.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, Lizette.
Thank you.
I guess we are, I've already asked about this, but thanks for Helen for all the work with the website, because we've really spent quite some time in deciding putting the program together. So, yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I really enjoyed the sessions. So thank you. Have a good journey, and please feel free to stay as long, not as long as you like. It's always problematic. See you next time.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.